It had been another long, hard day, the first and only EVA scheduled for Apollo until the exploration of the lunar surface. But the next day was the biggest test of them all. With McDivitt and Schweickart in the Lunar Module, Scott alone in the Command Module, the two vehicles undocked. Looking more an abstraction than a machine, the Lunar Module danced an inverted pirouette before its lone partner in space. Firing its descent engine, the Lunar Module would pull away from the Command Module to a distance of about 100 miles. Now, with the support of Mission Control, McDivitt and Schweickart would locate Scott alone in the Command Module and perform the critical rendezvous maneuvers, each burn representing a firing that would one day take men from the surface of the Moon to the spacecraft, which would take them home again.
20 seconds.
We have ignition. Burn looks good.
It's a good burn, Dave. Oh, very good. Thank you.
The Lunar Module had left its bulky four-legged descent stage in orbit. Now only the ascent stage and crew would return, each burn a step in a computerized choreography which would lead to the rendezvous.
Oh, I see you out there coming in the sunlight. Great. You're the biggest fully eclipsed star I've ever seen. Okay, we're 5 feet per second, about 610 feet. Okay. But you're upside down again. Hey, I was just thinking one of us isn't right side up. Okay, I have us about 370 feet. Okay, looks closer than that. Here, doesn't it though?
How does that sports car handle, Jim?
Pretty nice.
In order to dock, McDivitt needed to use a sighting device on the Lunar Module docking window. However, the brilliance of the sunlight made using the sight difficult. Alone in the Command Module, Scott helped talk McDivitt in.
Well, you're coming fine. Just keep coming easy like that. It's going to go forward to your right a little bit, relative to your body. Well, it's translation, but I can't tell what my attitude is, Dave. If I don't see it, so there it is, there. Now you're coming in. Keep it coming. You're almost there. You're about there. I have capture. Really good. Okay. Why don't you take a break for a while? Man, when I take a break, I'm going to bed for 3 days.
It had been a full 5 days, but the Lunar Module had checked out beyond expectations. In all aspects, it seemed ready for the Moon. Now it was time to jettison the ascent stage of the Lunar Module to free the Command Module for the remainder of the mission. When a safe clearance had been established, the final test, the ascent engine of the Lunar Module was ignited to burn until its propellant ran out. The crew of Apollo 9 watched as their Lunar Module, now crewless, arced away from them.
Hey, it's really moving out. I hope I didn't forget anything on board it. He's sure a long ways away.
For the last 5 days, the flight of Apollo 9 settled into a routine of picture-taking and observations, with an occasional burn to refine the orbit. But this routine was a look into the future, a future when manned orbiting space stations, operating in concert with unmanned scientific satellites, could examine the Earth from this vantage point, when cameras such as those on Apollo 9 will take multiple spectrum photographs from visible light through the infrared, locating hitherto untapped geological and biological resources. And perhaps even more important, when man can look at his world with a new perspective, quantitatively and qualitatively observe the results of his actions on the face of his world. For with the power man controls, he can change the nature of his planet. He can no longer think of unrelated occurrences. He must realize that he exists within the structure of Earth's planetary ecological system. He can observe with this new technology the results of his interaction with his environment. Water pollution on the coast of the United States. Air pollution of a major city. The results of damming a river, of irrigating a desert. But Apollo 9 was not an orbiting laboratory. It was the third manned mission of Apollo, and it was time to come down. The prime recovery area had been shifted several hundred miles because of weather conditions in the original recovery zone. With the appropriate changes made to its flight path, Apollo 9 made its final descent into the atmosphere. The crew took these pictures of the re-entry and opening of the parachutes. The 10-day mission of Apollo 9 had met all its major goals. The ability to work and make a contingency transfer in the spacesuit and the PLSS had been proven. The capability of the Lunar Module to fulfill its vital role in the exploration of the Moon had been established. The flight of Apollo 9 showed that we are indeed ready for the next step in meeting what may be the most significant challenge of our time, the conquest of the Moon.